everybody, it's David Bott here from Outside Our Bubble, and today I'm coming to you with something that I've been waiting for a while. And what I mean by that is they hadn't made them for the Tiffin motor coaches, even though I've been looking for them and asking for them for a while. They finally got around to making them. And what am I referring to? RV SnapPads. Ugh, SnapPad! Now, you're probably saying, what the heck is an RV SnapPad and why did I wait so long? Well, RV SnapPads are jack pads. You know how when your jacks go down, sometimes you put wood underneath them to give you a larger footprint and also some more height on them? Well, this takes the place of those immediately and they stay connected on your jack pad full time. So basically, putting this on my jack pad gives me 1 inch more depth that I don't have to put the hydraulic lift down, and the less you have to put the lift down, the better stable wise you are, because you know the higher up you go on a lift, the more sway you can get. So this actually will help with that. It also though helps greatly with the width of the pad and gives you more of a footprint to put down, thus giving you more stability. They're made out of recycled material and they're very, very tough. Now, how do I know they're tough? Well, they had sent me, unfortunately, the wrong size SnapPads originally. They sent me one that was too small. They sent me an 8-inch instead of a 10-inch, which I never even noticed, and I tried to install them on the front of the coach. Well, after unsuccessfully trying to attach them 9 times, crushing them every time, they still looked like they were brand new. And so in any case, I can truly say I stress test the hell out of these by trying to install the wrong size. Silly me for not paying attention, huh? Any case, we're going to install these on the Tiffin coach. They just finally came out for the Tiffin coach. They're 2 different sizes for the Tiffin Allegro Bus. You got a 10-inch pad and you got a 12-inch pad, and those go on and they stay on all the time. All you do is you take yourself some dish soap. The dish soap is to help lube it up, and basically you put your lube around the edge here, so when you push the pad down, it will help it more easily push into place and then snap right around the jack pad, and then it stays attached. You don't ever remove them again. Now, I will want to say ahead of time that HWH, the manufacturer of the jacks on the Tiffin Allegro Bus, our jacks, they have been null on the word of to use these or not. Basically, they don't want to say yes or no because they don't want to have to certify that they're good or bad or whatever. And I think one of the things they're concerned with is because of the weight, because this is a recycled rubber, is that the springs on those may not have the strength over time to pull this back up into place. But I really don't think that's going to be an issue, and so I'm going to go ahead and install them because I really like the idea of the jack pad. So it comes with the instructions on how to do it. Basically, you'll see because I'm going to show you that, but I still should read the instructions first before you do anything. I like to use a pair of gloves because I'm going to be working on little rocks and I don't like getting them stuck in my hands. And also a radio. Why do I have a radio? That's because yelling from underneath a motor coach for your wife to lower and raise the jack pads sucks. So you want to use a radio because it makes it much, much easier than yelling from underneath the motor coach. So try to use a radio if you have one. And then also, of course, you want something to clean up if you make a mess, so carry some paper towel with you. So other than that, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get these installed by raising up the jacks, putting the coach onto the frame itself, and then positioning the jacks, lowering them down, and snapping each one into place. So let's get to work, shall we? Let's go. I forgot the jack pads. Okay, so here we are underneath the motor coach. Now this is where you don't want to be when the jacks are moving. Ever. Don't ever be underneath the motor coach, because if you're here, you will be crushed. And let me tell you, being crushed is a bad thing. Not that I know personally, but I can expect it's a pretty bad thing. So make sure when you're doing these jack pads, you always stay clear of being underneath the coach and keep your fingers clear when the jacks are coming down, and don't try to reposition the jack pad to make it perfect, because if you get your finger caught in there even for a split second, you're not going to be able to remove it because it's going to come down and that pressure is going to go crush, and that's not going to be a good thing. Okay, so before you also put the jack pads on, when you put the snap pads in place, make sure your pads are nice and clean of debris like little pebbles and rocks and stuff. You don't want those on the jack pad. You want them to be as clean as possible, and then go from there. Oh, Safety tip. So why am I wearing a bandana when I'm usually wearing a baseball cap? That's because I'm working underneath slides, and more importantly, I'm working underneath the motor coach. And the reason for that is because if I have a baseball cap on, that visor blocks my peripheral vision going up. And I usually hit my head on things because I don't see that it's there, be it a slide out or a metal frame. So I wear a bandana so I have the peripheral vision so I don't bump my head. Now you know. Any case, got my radio here. I'm going to get out from underneath the rig and we're going to start this process. Let's go. Now, as you can see, this would have surely have crushed me if I was underneath there. Somewhere you really don't want to be, that's for sure. So we're going to let these jacks raise all the way up and we're going to get ready to put our first SnapPad in. Okay, now it's time to slide the jack pad into place. Now I'm just laying on my stomach here. Unfortunately, you're not going to see me do any of that. And I'm just basically going to center the jack pad. I'm going to put this notch right here. That's a drain area. I'm going to try to put it in line because I'm just weird like that. I want things to be aesthetically correct. So I'm trying to just line it up horizontally this way on axis. And I'm just making sure the pad is ready to go and then basically equal on all sides. And it looks pretty good to me, I hope. We're going to find out if this is going to work. And I'm going to tell Brenda to lower it. Okay, Brenda, go ahead and lower the passenger side jack, please. Here we go, SnapPad time. And stop. Okay, so as you can see, it didn't snap all the way into place. That's because over here, it has more give on this side of the rocks. And that is something they do mention in the instructions. So I'm going to go get a board to put underneath this side to make sure this snaps in. As you can see, as we're raising up the SnapPad, it's staying connected here to the jack. Okay, so we're going to put a board right underneath here just to give that a little bit more stability so that it'll raise this up so this edge will pop in. The other side is already in, so we just want to raise this side up a little bit. I'm hoping this board's going to do it for me. If not, if we're going to see it crack, it'll be fun anyways. Okay, Brian, go ahead and drop the... bring the jack down on the passenger side again. Now my hands and everything are free. And bam, you saw it snap into place. Go ahead and stop, please. So that SnapPad is snapped into place. Now let's see what happens when we raise it up. Okay, Brenda, go ahead and just raise that jack up. The SnapPad is in place. And as we can see, the SnapPad is coming up off the ground just like it needs to be. And of course, when we're in ride height, don't forget, this will be up much higher because we have no air in the airbags right now. So let's continue on and do the rest of them, shall we? Great. Now I'm getting everything in position. And we're going to see what happens. Okay, Brenda, I am clear. Go ahead and lower down the driver's side jack, please. It's SnapPad time. It's so close. It's so close. Okay, raise it back up, please. I got to put a little board underneath because I was just off a little bit. And we're just going to add a little bit of pressure right here because this side did not snap all the way in. And that was all my fault. Okay, Brent, go ahead and lower that back down, please. And you saw it snap right into place. Stop, please. Just as easy as that. Okay, now we're going to move to the back. Okay, so I got my SnapPad, and this is the 12-inch, and you can tell because there's 4 cutouts on this. And so now I got to go get my soap because I forgot that. Be right back. And I'm just putting a little bit of lube. Now they say you can use grease, but I'm using BioSafe dishwasher soap. So it's green dishwasher soap. So I'm not going to hurt anything in the environment. Okay, Brenda, I'd like you to start lowering the driver's side rear, please, until I say stop. And here we go. I just want, it's kind of high up, so I want to be able to reposition it. Okay, stop. So now it gets me lower down. I can see a better positioning of this, which is what I'm trying to do now. And I think that will do it. Let's see if we can do it without a board this time. Okay, Bren, go ahead and do the lower it down the rest of the way, please. Perfect, we are snapped into place. That snap pad went right directly in. Okay, leave that there, and I'm going to run to the other side of the coach, and we're going to do the last snap pad. Make sure there's nothing on the bottom of the jack pad, nothing around the rim of the jack pad. Okay, got this all lubed up. Okay, Brenda, lower it down until I say stop so I can align it, please. And so now you notice I'm not going to put my hands in there or anything. Don't even want to chance that. And stop. So now I'm going to because if she was to move this right now, there's nothing I could do to get my finger out of there in time. I can pull, but that pressure is going to come right down on me, and that will be that.
High pressure, man, please. High pressure. It won't fit on. It won't fit back on.
Okay, go ahead and drop the jack pad the rest of the way down, please, now. And we'll see what happens. And you can see that it snapped right into place there, and everything looks good. And you can see how it's all the way in around the rim. And so it's into place. Now let's see if it has any difficulty lifting up these snap pads. Brenda, let's raise up, please, the pad, the passenger side rear, please. Now we're going to see if this has any issue raising back up at all. With what I mean is the springs having enough strength to lift that pad. And I don't anticipate any issue whatsoever. And you can see we're not really having any issue whatsoever. We're just going to let that go all the way up there, Brent. So just keep holding it in, please. Go. And just see what you're doing. And as you can see, now I have snap pads. And snap pads are now installed on the motor coach. And they will stay there all the time when I'm traveling or anything. These will stay right here all the time. Okay, Brent, go ahead and lower the passenger side rear down again, please. You can see it already has a much larger footprint than it did before, which will give us more stability, and it's also higher up. And there she's taking the pressure now of the coach. Okay, you can stop. Okay, so, hey Brent, if you want to come outside and grab the camera, that'll be great. So, you can see that all worked like it was supposed to. And we have now installed snap pads with the help of Brenda, who is inside the motor coach.
Hi.
So how was it for you? Was it like...
Thrilling and exciting.
Great, I'm glad to hear you enjoyed it as much as I did. So in any case, there you have it. Snap pads, as simple as that. I'm going to use them, and I'm going to see how they go through their paces, but once again, I know they're going to work well because I crush tested them. Oops. So, I'm Dave Pop from Outside Our Bubble, and if you like what we do, please click subscribe because we appreciate each and every one of you. And if you'll order a snap pad, please use the link below, and at least they'll know that I made an impact with them somehow. Other than that, take care, keep safe. I now have to re-level my coach. See ya! And don't forget the lube. I said lube.